Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't go by our DNA. We go by the Spirit, and this is based off faith too.
Right.
You know, we have faith that we are the sons of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
who are you guys with?
Huh?
Who are you guys with? Name of your church.
This is the church right here. We're Israelites. We're the children. We're the Israelites. You know, we just out here prophesying, speaking the truth to our people.
So what happened? It was a father, and God promised both his sons to be leaders of great nations. One became the Israelites, and one became the
Ishmaelites is thinking about. Matter of fact, I'm studying there right now.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Let me read that, right? This is Romans 9 and 7, because you'll see it as I read it, break it down, you understand. I understand the answer to your question now. It said, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, Abraham had those two sons, Ishmael, who was the firstborn son of the bondwoman, or the Egyptian, she was an Egyptian woman. And then he had an Israelite woman, Sarah, his main wife, that he ended up having Isaac with. Now, the promise went down to Isaac, and didn't go to Ishmael. Though they were promised to be a great nation, princes and all of that, Ishmael did, which is true. They're over here Saudi princes, all of that other type of stuff, right?
They have abundance of oil.
Right, they got all the riches and abundance of oil in that Middle Eastern region. But when it comes down to Isaac, he gave them, through him and then his son Jacob, he got the kingdom of heaven on earth. That's what he's going to get, that blessing. So it's all set up that way.
Like Drake said.
God's plan. Go back to that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 3, starting at verse 10. And it came to pass in every of them, I'm going to start at 9, it says, and again, in a process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world, going back to the time of Noah. You know about the flood? The Lord flooded the earth.
Eight people.
And he saved only 8 people. Noah, his 3 sons, and 3 wives, and they put the clean animals, all the animals into the Noah's Ark. It's going back to that time. The Lord actually preserved a chosen race of people since that time period, since then. It says, and destroyest them, and it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these. Nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, and of whom came all righteous men. And these were the sons of God, right? And it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply, and had gotten them many children, and were a great people, they began to be more ungodly than the first.
That's why it flooded in the first place, because the people on earth have been
too wicked,
too
evil.
Exactly.
Just like today. It's even worse today than it has ever been.
So those are the 2 main branches that broke off.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it.
Getting down to it, right.
It says,
it's showing you all the splits that happens, and then this is the final split between these 2 nations.
It says,
to really define his chosen people together.
Verse 13, and when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them, whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou shewest thy will. And that's who he made his covenant with.
Right.
It says,
he said that's why Ishmael gets a blessing, but in his son Isaac, like I read, will get the kingdom of heaven blessing passed through him. And then his son will get passed through him. But Isaac's sons gonna branch off also. It's just we're going to that, right?
Yeah. It says, and made an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau.
Yep. Out of Isaac came out Jacob and Esau, where there's another split happening. Another split, and it goes to Abraham, down to Isaac, and then down to Jacob.
Yep. It says, as for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau, And so Jacob became a great multitude. So basically the Lord rejected Esau and chose Jacob, you know? And that's how, you know, he became the father of these people, while Esau became the progenitor of those Amalekites over there, those Khazarians, those so-called Jewish people over there claiming to be the real Jews, those Europeans over there, all right? All those different so-called Caucasian Europeans that came over here and colonized the West and destroyed and murdered, raped, and robbed.
The Saxons.
These people, those people, which the original Saxons were actual Jakes. They were so-called blacks. I think it means angelic sons of Isaac. That's what that means.
Anglo-Saxons.
Anglo-Saxons. They were
Saxons,
really
the Vikings, and the Celts.
Those were all so-called black men.
Yeah.
They were these people. They were these people.
Because that time they blend that history to make it look like it was white people doing it, but that was the Dark Ages, and that was us. Because they can't completely
You don't have that
omit.
book, bro.
Which one?
With the icons.
with the icons.
Yeah.
Nah.
Bro, keep
There was an ice age, and Ireland was froze over like 9, 10, 11,000 years ago. So anybody that was in Ireland had to migrate from somewhere else anyway. So even though they say their bloodline is so pure and everything, and it's untainted or whatever, there's not. That may be the truth, but only up to 9, 10,000 years ago, because before that they had to come from somewhere else.
Right. What they? I'll let you take a look at that first.
These are the old Europe crests from the Dark Ages,
Right.
medieval times, as you could say. So-called black people.
They still, one nation over there still has that flag
They just trying to cover it up.
with the guy with the
You go
bandana.
there in Europe right now, they still have
They got the
dressed
museum.
up.
Yeah, they got the
They
museums
still
with all
got
those
the same-
icons up on.
This is German, you know, the original German.
I was going to school
We
with
got some also.
old school at the Catholic Charities last night, and he was going in about the Europeans. And that's crazy how I run into y'all and hear y'all.
It's the spirit of the
go to
Holy
church
Father. It's
about
all
the
His
same.
plan, like we were saying.
He got a bunch of books.
What an accident that you walked by here.
Because really, the reason why it's important is because our people here in captivity, their history was erased. That's what happened.
That was Daniel.
There's King James right there.
So basically, they
You see
whitewashed
this?
religion.
Romeo and Juliet.
Did you see? Did he see the one of King James, the one who authorized the translation of the Bible?
That's King James.
They say he was a white man, but they lie on this man.
So they whitewashed all religion and changed all the pictures so they could feel like they run everything.
So this is what I was about to say.
White supremacy, man.
When the Dark Ages happen, that's why they never teach about the Dark Ages, because they're gonna have to come out with
They're
some
gonna have
real
to shed
facts
some
and history.
light on
Right.
the truth.
But they don't want to do that. So
And they
what
want to
they'll
keep
do,
it in the dark.
but they have to explain how they got in the power, how they got in these lands. So for them to explain how they got into them lands, they go back and put themselves as the Robin Hoods, as the Celts, as the Anglo-Saxons, to show how they.
First Maccabees.
They don't-
Come on, yeah.
First
So,
Maccabees, Job 9 and 24.
so they can show that they're in that position. Oh, this is how we got it, because we rule this and that. We got these powers because we're the strongest. They have to put themselves in that position to show how they got them lands. But the truth is, the Pneumonic and Bubonic brought down the Moors.
Plagues.
You know, those plagues brought them down, and then the other Khazars came out of the caves in the Caucasus Mountains to take over that land, because God wanted that to happen to fulfill His prophecy. So everything coming today is still part of God's big plan. But I'm showing you how your people tied in to our people, how we're still the same people, and it's a spiritual thing. Now the reason
it's not about skin color.
Right.
You know, our people blended in through racial mixing. Our men taking so-called white
That's
women,
what I was just
European
about to
white
know
women.
If we're kings of different nations,
Yeah, you can
and I
have-
respect you, you come and visit me, I just might give you my daughter out of respect.
right.
And plus, during this time
To
period,
share
these people were ruling
culture.
that time.
Yeah.
Right.
When you have a hierarchy of men, a group of men, they got everything. They sitting in position on high. They run everything. They run the resources. They got all the armies. They run the economy. They got that. That's the superpower. They're royals.
They got us.
So that means what? The women.
But they're still empowered. The British, death to the Queen. they still run the shit. It's still their society, the way they taxes. Period. It comes down to taxes and control.
Right.
So we're all slaves to this society.
Yes.
Because if we wanted to change and start our own way of life and get away from sin and get away from the devil and get away from all this shit and try to go start our own, go find a clean water source upriver and start our own town where we can raise our own families and be free of all these devils and evils of the world.
And he's not gonna let you
They
do
don't
that.
know because they'll tax us. They'll say, "Oh, well, you can't get this water. You can't clean this water because you gotta have a permit. You gotta have a license. You gotta pay for
They'll
this
go
water."
1 mile higher up the river.
You gotta be
and
dependent
say
on
that they own that, and everything flows downstream is
Look
there.
in Mexico, they ain't got no water because of Hoover Dam.
Well, they cut them off. Now
Now they got all the power and all the water, and now I can't even get something to drink. I can't walk somewhere. I gotta have food stamps,
Yep.
and if that runs out,
Because it's
and I
about
can't get to
complete
somewhere,
control.
I gotta rob and steal and go to jail and fall victim to this.
Because it's
to
a
the
system of complete control. Now
That's
let me
it.
tell you. Now let me tell you a
Going
skill.
back to the Middle Ages, though.
Right.
See, these they wouldn't tell. They would not admit to our people in
The
history.
devil is forcing us to evolve, and God is going to devolve us. I will keep game on everything you guys say. That he's gonna take it all away. He let
Let me
him
finish
do it.
telling you though. So what happened during the Dark Ages was we had a position of power over there in Europe before the white man got over there and took over. So that put us in position of power. So we had our way with all the women of all the nations. You know what I'm saying? So white women were laying down with royal so-called black men, and when they were having children, the children was coming out looking kind of, Caucasian looking, but their seed line still goes back to those kings. You know what I'm saying? You know Blake Griffin, the basketball player. Everybody,
You see his dad?
if nobody knew about it, his father is a super dark skinned black, so-called black man.
Jamaican.
West Indian.
West Indian.
But Blake
Just came out real light skinned.
he came out real. He could damn near pass for a so-called white man. And his son looks
Blonde hair, blue
completely
eyes.
Caucasian with blue eyes and blonde hair and all that. But his father, it's about the lineage of your father. That's what determines your nationality, because you are the seed of your father. So that's why we say you're gonna have our people that are amongst others that look like the other nations, but they line go back to these people, and they spirit vibes with these people as well.
Right,
Man.
And we have that natural zeal towards God.
That's right.
We all believe the Heavenly Father.
So that's what they mean when they say you got soul.
Yeah.
You got the
Exactly
spirit.
right.
You got that salt, man.
Amen. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right,
All
man.
right, brother.
You know, hey, that's clearly Jake right there. Man. Confusion of face.
I saw him come up the street and I was
Yeah.
like, that's a Jake. But then he was kind of wild and loud. I was like, man, come over here with that. He came back, he stopped and came back. I was like,
Yeah.
I just shook my head like, don't come over with that nigga shit.
Yeah.
He looked at me, he was like, he stopped and he just stood there. But the word that caught him, he was hearing it. And that's what caught him first to make him come back. I thought he was going to come back with some bullshit.
I thought he was fucked up.
Yeah, but then he came back and he calmed himself down. But he was walking with 3 Jakes.
Right. Come on, man. You know?
He's still on scriptures though. Still got him down there. Oh, I was in
He
Romans.
was in Romans, right?
Romans 9.
Oh, and go back to 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah,
I think that's also where we was at.
yeah, we
And he
were.
was getting on the son of perdition.
I want to drop these other 2 scripts though. Second Corinthians, drop that.
Yeah.
Okay, and drop Psalm 37, right?
Yeah.
Copy. So Romans 9, pick back up at verse 14. It said, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High God? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth.
And they try to extend the mercy of the Most High to everybody. That's what they do in the Christian church.
Yeah.
Like the Lord's gonna have mercy on any and everybody, man. No. The Lord, he already told you who he's gonna have mercy upon. Really, he's gonna only have mercy on his elect.
Yep.
Right.
Because that's all he has care for, man.
Yeah.
It said, let the multitude perish that were born in vain, but keep my grape of the cluster, man. All right? Go ahead, Doc.
It says, we were talking about that in 2 Thessalonians. Only who now will let us will let, right? It says, verse 16 again, it says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. Let it then runneth is kind of the same thing. He's allowing this to happen. He's letting this devil get to this culmination of this height of his wickedness.
Yep.
And as well as you 2/3, he's allowing all of this to happen so he can execute the final stage of his plan, of his power. It says, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee.
This is why because he let Pharaoh for years do what he did,
Yep.
man. They became a great empire, man.
Yep.
Very great.
Fast.
They had spiritual power, witches,
Yep.
magicians, wise men that was able to have dreams and visions. They had all that going back then, man.
Yep.
So he raised Pharaoh up just like how he raised this devil up, man.
Yep.
Gave him his artificial intelligence, his technology, his satellites, okay? Gave him the art of mastering manipulation to perform sorcery on the minds of the people, man.
Yep.
Okay? The Lord gave all that to this devil, man. It's all to raise him up to show the Lord's power, man. Because at the end of the day, after he done built this devil up, you're gonna see that this, no matter how mighty the Lord made him,
he put him on a level that
the
like
Lord's
he can't
gonna
be touched.
the Lord's gonna show you that He's the power to be feared upon the earth.
Hey, when it's like, but when Obadiah says, when thou shalt exalt thyself up to the heavens, then shall I bring thee down. That's not just talking about him going into space, which that is talking about that, but not just that. But when you get on such a high level, it looks like nobody can touch you. When you become to an untouchable level, which when you understand what his Georgia Guidestone and New World Order is all set up for, that will make him untouchable. When you get to that untouchable level, then I'm going to bring you down to the ground. That's what the Heavenly Father said. You're going to get on an untouchable level, then I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to show you that I'm the real power. It says, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth, like it was after ancient Egypt.
And how is he going to do that? This is Isaiah 47 and verse 3. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
You're going to come with angelic power, man. Celestial power.
Yep.
So you can get your Space Force prepared, you know, thinking, you know, the Billy Badass of the universe.
Yep.
You know, you just gonna, you know, you're gonna lose, man.
Ooh.
You know, lose terrible, boy.
Yep. It says, matter of fact, I should read all the way down to like
Do it.
13.
Do it.
It says, Isaiah 47.
4?
I'm at verse 4. Really, I should start at the top.
Do it.
It's Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, that dust represents confusion, man. You know, this place is full of confusion, man. You know, they try to put women above men, homosexuality, transgenderism. You know, confusion everywhere you go, man. All right.
Shows you how low this place is, man. Sit down in the dust, man. You're low, man. In the sight of the nations, man, you're low as hell, man. Everybody's seeing your shame. It says,
It's like you got Democrat going against Republican, you know, fighting and confusion in your own damn kingdom, man.
Yep. People want to assassinate the president. You know, this place is deteriorating, man. It says, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, the Chaldeans like the international bankers, man.
They were like the wise
illuminated ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we do.
The wise
Can I
illuminated.
ask you a question first? How come you're here?
That's a pretty big question.
I know. Just give me the short answer.
How come you're here?
No. Why did you come and stop in front of us?
I was walking this way.
Is it? What made you stop?
I love Jesus.
Jesus not here. You're not over here.
You like this guy?
Somebody, you love him?
We hate this guy right here.
Kindest? Because he's actually reading about how
I
mean.
don't know that guy.
Neither do we.
You don't know Caesar Boy?
Turn it around.
The guy.
Show him the devil. Show him that
You know
one.
that guy right there?
You know that guy?
I've seen those pictures, but you know, I had a dream one time that I was.
You know the answer that you give will determine if you get water or not. You know that, right? You give the wrong answers, we're not going to give you water.
I'm not shooting for water here. I'm just going to
Some
tell the
drink.
truth.
Okay. The
I had a
truth that you
dream
know.
one time that I was in this big warehouse with Jesus.
What did he look like?
You know,
He's,
he didn't. He was wearing a robe, but he didn't. And it was white,
He was a white
but
man?
not like shining white. But as far as like his features, his hair and his face, they weren't that important in the dream, I guess, because they're not real vivid in my memory.
okay.
I just know it was Jesus.
Okay.
So you remember the clothes, but you don't
There
remember
was-
his face.
What's that?
You remember his clothes, but you don't remember.
I remember he was wearing. I remember he had a robe on, and I remember his face is like that. But I mean, it's not like a distinctive.
Okay, so let's
So-
get to the point of the dream real quick.
So there's all these cars, these trucks, these vans in this garage, and he was in there with me. And I'd had a couple of experiences with him before, and he was doing stuff like in the engine over here, and I don't know anything about cars at all. You know what I'm saying? And so like I was waiting for him to like show me what he's doing. Like what's it? Because he's going from this car to this car, and I'm just kind of following him, and I'm waiting.
What's
You know
the
what I'm
meaning
saying?
of the dream? Did you ever figure out the meaning of
Yeah,
the
I'm getting to
dream?
the point.
Just tell us the meaning of the dream.
Well, I gotta tell you the dream, right?
Go
It's
ahead,
almost
hurry.
done. Yeah, and after like
And this
15
better
minutes
be
of me
real
just
good
waiting,
because we're in the
I'm
middle of
telling you.
prophesying right
Thank
now. So make
after
sure,
like
make
15
sure
minutes
it's
of
a-
waiting, he turned to me,
make
and he
sure
put
it's
the
a
tools
good-
down, and he said, "You're
Alright.
missing the point. Who cares about what I'm doing? You're hanging out with me. That's the point." You know, and the point of that dream was that he just loves. And it doesn't matter that I'm a fuck up and that I do shit that's not
What's
right.
your
All right, look,
fatherland?
can I intervene with a scripture and then
Yeah,
we get back to
absolutely.
prophecy?
Absolutely.
This is Sirach 34 and 1.
I was obsessed
The
with
hopes
Jesus
of a
for
man
30
void
years,
of
so I-
understanding are vain and
Start
false.
off about I want him to hear this.
The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind. All right, so you know that's it.
Yeah. You know,
Since the devil he shall flee, that's how you do it. Let's get to the word, man, because whatever he had to say,
I was trying
it was
to get rid
folly,
of it.
man.
I was trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, you trying to disrupt the spirit. You
Then I
know?
wanted to see if he was here
Yeah.
to hear the word. He acted like he was, but he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Let's get back into it, man. It's back in Isaiah 47 and verse 2. It says, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." All right, so basically, that's how he's gonna just like how he showed his power by raising up Pharaoh, he's doing the same thing with Esau.
To raise up Pharaoh and throne him down, he's gonna do it again.
This is how he's gonna throw this devil down, man. And this chapter is talking about Babylon, which actually to pair this up with Revelation to show you how this chapter is dealing with Babylon the Great. All you got to do is just go to Revelation 17 and 18. If this chapter is talking about ancient Babylon, then why would John the Revelator be quoting back to a prophecy dealing with an ancient prophecy that already happened if he's supposed to be prophesying about a future Babylon? It wouldn't make sense. So obviously, this in Isaiah was prophesying about Babylon the Great in ancient Babylon. All right. It says, verse 4. It says, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, and the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called lady, the lady of kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy.
And the Israelites was in your captivity, and you knew who they were, and you still didn't show them any mercy. You were supposed to show, when their iniquity came to an end, you were supposed to let them live as Israelites again, put them back within their position, and I would have put them where they need to be, but you didn't do that. You continue to oppress, kill, rape, rob, and murder these people.
Ezekiel 35, man.
Yep.
His anger to tear perpetually, man. Get Amos 1 and 11.
I got the.
Go on and get those.
Amos,
get James 2 and 13.
Amos chapter 1 verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
Meaning he didn't have no mercy.
He broke the brotherly covenant.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And his anger did tear perpetually,
Yep.
and he kept his wrath forever.
He kept his wrath forever. He showed no mercy upon us, man. Throughout all of our captivities under every empire, Esau showed you that he hated us as a nation, man. He always tried to get rid of us and destroy us and bring mischief against us, man. He showed nothing but hostility against us. All right? So he got to pay for everything that he's done. Okay? You had
James 2 and
13.
It says, James 2 and 13 says, for he shall have judgment without mercy that have shown no mercy.
That have shown no mercy, man.
And mercy rejoiceth against judgment.
Con. So you devils ain't gonna get any kind of mercy, man. At all. The Lord, just like you kept your wrath forever against us, and the Lord, it says he has indignation for you forever. Okay? It's reciprocated right back to you. Okay? So going back to Isaiah 47, it says, thou didst show them no mercy, talking about the apple of the Lord's eye, the Lord's chosen, man. Israel. We all know the history of what you've done to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans since you got over here. We repeat it. Every week it comes out what you've done. The history behind how you got America. What you did with the slaves. How you took America over. Okay? What you still doing to this very day against the Lord's people. Now, our people are wicked, and the Lord is using you to destroy a lot of them because they're in transgression. But the fact still remains, you're cruel. Okay? You're cruel. You have that natural hostile spirit against us, man.
Yeah, against the animals, against the wildlife, all that.
And how much more of that hostility when you see that your society is collapsing before you. So therefore you want to take it out on the very people that you've been at war against. You're gonna vent your frustration out upon Israel because of the Lord's judgment on you. The Lord is bringing you down. Don't get mad at us. The Heavenly Father is bringing your ass down, man.
Brought us down. Your turn now.
God. So going back, Salah, it says, upon the ancient hast thou verily, Salakia, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid the yoke. And so even the elderly of our people are in bondage, man.
Yeah. So look at the Social Security system, man.
Yeah.
Our people are in there. You look at them, they all in captive under these pharmaceuticals. Our people can't. How do elderly that work their whole lives get a Social Security check, but can't earn a living? Can't get their living wage. They gotta live in the worst neighborhoods, amongst all the low-level thugs and filth of the world.
A lot of them just gotta continue to work.
Yeah.
They basically gotta work until they dead. You working basically till the death. And that so-called mortgage plan that you got, you might as well just forget about that, man. The pension, all that you think you're gonna live off of after you so-called retire, just forget about it, man. You're basically working to die. All he cares about is your slave labor. That's it. Because you're just another asset to his corporation. All right? You're another slave that he can utilize to continue to build his enterprise, generate more money to his society. You keep him going. He don't care how old you get. And you start your slave period by the time you come out your mother's womb.
You're already in debt.
Already, man. You're already a slave as soon as you come out, man. Okay? So these are reasons why the Lord is not going to have mercy on you, man. Because you're cruel, man. But going back, this is verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. Like fucking, you got the Statue of Liberty. Who does that go back to again?
The French built it, I think.
I know they built it, but it go back to one of them deities, man. I forgot, man. The Lady of Liberty. You know? Which that's, yeah, you know. Which that's the Queen of Heaven worship. You know? Because this place is likened unto a woman. They had that song back in the 80s or 70s. American Woman.
Ishtar.
Statue of Liberty. Yeah, the Masonic goddess. Yeah. Yeah. Babylonian Ishtar, Imperial Rome's goddess. Libertas. Yep. Libertas. Yep. Was Rome's mother of the harlots. But that's not. They're trying to say that that's the basically the great whore of Babylon. No, she's a symbol of that. It happened to be right here in America.
Goddess of Liberty.
Which proved that America is actually Babylon the Great.
Right.
All right. So let's going back. It says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Right. It says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures. We always get into this topic. What is the pleasures of this place? Decadence, man. Overindulgence and luxury. All right. Excess. You know, basically you got excessive wine, excessive food, excessive mirth. And you get to the point where you just perish in your indulgence. All right. Debauchery. Sensual, it's all about your sensual desires, man. Men fulfilling their urges of, sleeping around with other men. Seeing what men's manhood they can take. Women dyking it out, slutting it out. All right, feminism. Orgies. That's the pleasures of Babylon. Those were the same wicked pleasures of ancient Greece and Rome.
Right.
And ancient. I was about to say that next, man. Okay. And that's why it says the fashion of this world is going to pass away. All right. It says thou art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, and that's why you got that pride, man. The pride of that heart have deceived thee. You're sitting on the pedestal of the earth because you're the biggest nation on the planet right now, man. You got the biggest military. And that's what you're proud about, man. You're a nuclear superpower. The petrodollar still is on the top, even though it's making its way down. Okay, your dollar is still the current world reserve currency. Even though the nations are starting to basically destroy that, devalue it, and that's why you're going to go to war with all these nations, man. Okay?
Turkey, who was that? Syria, Russia, I forgot.
Iran.
They all are not fucking with the dollar right now. We just going to go around this whole dollar. We don't even want to deal with it.
Yep.
Hence, if you don't believe that that's tied into the bombings in Syria, I mean, wake up.
Yep.
All of it's tied into it.
That's another reason why they went after Libya.
Yep.
Okay. That's why they're trying to wage. Eventually, China is going to be on the war because they're having a trade war, which is leading to an economic war. All right. So all these things are happening, and that's why America is being isolated right now. Okay. It says, that dwelleth carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. That's pride.
Yep.
You know?
Bad shit can't happen to me.
Yeah.
I'm set up, I'm untouchable.
I won't take no losses.
Hey, to say it literally, hey, we got 2 oceans surrounding us. We can't be touched. Where you gonna come from? All the old world countries gotta come over one of them oceans, Atlantic or the Pacific. We can't be touched. We gonna know. When Japan tried to come through, we saw them. They only met to Hawaii and we got at them. So America has a lot of pride because of its position in the earth.
Oh, was that Revelation 13? Where it says that he has the power to cause fire to rain down in the midst of the nations. And it says that they basically say, who shall make war with the beast?
Yeah.
You know, who has the power to make war with the beast, man?
Yeah, because when they dropped that atomic bomb on the 2 bombs on Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that put fear in the rest of the world, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They said they didn't have to. They said that they were already defeated, but they wanted to do it anyway just to show their power.
So they would learn never to. The same thing the Most High did with Egypt. He didn't have to go and engulf them up in them, have the mind of Pharaoh go and chase after the Israelites. They was already gone. He already said they could go. You know, but the Most High wanted to show his power so his name would be exalted in the earth again. And it was for a while, but you people must have forgot.
That's weird. I was just watching that movie Pearl Harbor a couple days ago.
Yeah. That's where America got all this respect for.
Yeah.
All right.
And they recorded. There's a lot of footage on that too.
Yeah.
On them bombs.
Yeah.
They made sure it was recorded and the world could see it.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Zechariah chapter 9, verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, fill the bow with Ephraim, and raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man.
Yeah.
And the Lord shall be seen. Well, that's basically going into how the Lord is going to create Israel to be basically his weapon against Esau, man. All right.
Talking about that dude.
Yeah, going race wars, man. Race wars, and also when the elect get that power, we put Esau in chains, man. All right. Because Esau gonna get his payback, man. All right. Through Yahweh Shai and through his men, man. Right. You know.
Yep. Hey, and in that moment, when the Lord shows his power, the devil's like the power that you have on the left hand is not going to work against the right hand power. Just like going back to ancient Egypt, you saw that the power that the Lord gave Moses, the Egyptians couldn't fuck with that power. Yeah. It's going to be the same thing. The Lord's going to lift up standards. He's going to show himself, man. All right? You ain't going to be able to go to your witches and your warlocks, you know, send up prayers to Satan. Yeah, your wise men. All right? Those little councils that you got, they ain't going to work for you, man. The Lord, when the Lord brings that ultimate ass whooping on you, he's going to make sure he take away your power too. Okay? He's going to take you. Right now, you're considered a power, but he's getting ready to take your power from you. That's how you're going to have to go down, man. He's going to have to take your power. Okay? you read that in was that Micah, I think the 5th chapter, how it says that he's gonna destroy all your images, your groves, you know, your idols, your images, you know, everything that this devil uses for his left hand magic, that shit is all gonna get wiped out, man. Totally desecrated, man. All right. Matter of fact, it goes into that, continuing on in the chapter. It says, but these 2 things shall come to thee in a moment in one day.
It's that moment in one day, the day of the Lord, when the missiles get dropped off. So all coming in.
Yep. It says, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Your witchcraft, man. Yeah. All right, that left-hand power that you put your trust in, your technology. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, your artificial intelligence, right? For thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. That's going back to 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah. Talking about he is God.
Talking about he's the Most High.
Yeah, it's verse, yeah.
Even he's who's coming is after the workings of Satan, with all lying wonders and deceivableness, man. Okay? It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. All right? And how is he going to do that? With the brightness of his coming, the Lord. The chariots, man. The lasers, and as well as the nuclear missiles that the Lord's going to have the Russians and the Iranians and the Chinese and the Pakistanis and all your enemies, they're all going to shoot nuclear missiles on this place. All right, that's when the Lord's going to have this place wiped out. So all your monuments, all your church buildings, your harlot houses, all right, Hollywood, all that's going to get totally annihilated, man.
Come.
All right, the secret places where you have your meetings and you perform your witchcraft. Yeah, what's that, Sonoma County?
The Bohemian Grove.
Yeah. Okay, where you do your sacrificing and your orgies to Molech, all that is going to get cleaned out, man. All of it, man. Come.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 19 and 20. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he arises to shake terribly the earth. In that day man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats.
Yep. Like, hey, you Satanists that just had that Baphomet statue erected over there in
Arkansas.
And in Michigan too.
Huh?
I think it's one in Michigan.
Yeah, I think Michigan as well. And different other places where they got different, monuments and carved images of these demons, man, that they worship. These Satanists. All that is gonna get wiped clean away, man. Okay? All this shit is gonna be clean dissolved. It said, verse back in Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. Right? Your multitudes of your sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Sorcery is his media, man. All right, his media is Christianity, his religion and shit. You know, that's the sorceries as well, man. You know, his paper money. You think it's money, but it's not real money. That's a sorcery as well, man.
The presidency.
Yeah.
The inauguration. Yeah. That's sorcery. Inaugur.
Yeah. And on a more primitive level, there's lies. All the lies he tells that you people believe is a form of sorcery. It's a form of witchcraft.
Hollywood. Where else?
Everything.
MK Ultra, mind control.
Yeah.
That got these people out here running wild, bugged out their minds, man. Causing mass shootings and shit. You know? All that is part of, goes back to his the sorcery, man.
Disneyland, Disney World, all that shit.
Yeah. It's all about left hand magic and witchcraft, man. Right? It says, oh, Salakia, we can't forget about the symbols. All the different symbols that this man got set up all throughout the society, man. It all goes back to some type of deity, whether it be the Queen of Heaven, Semiramis, Tammuz, you know, Baphomet, the sun disc, yeah, 666 and all that, man.
Yeah. Everything we see around us.
Everything around us, it has a symbol that goes back to some pagan item.
All this architecture that he built the cities on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the obelisk.
Yeah, it's
Columns.
constructed in the 6-point star and all that, 5-point star pentagram, all kind of matters.
Washington D.C. Right? You know, everything is built on symbols, you know, the pentagram and you know, all that shit, man. Vatican, right? So hey, the Lord about to destroy this man's world, man. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be that thou be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Because he think that he right now he's prospering from it because it is working in his favor right now. These people are bugged out their minds. They're his pharmaceuticals. That's a pharmakia, which is witchcraft. Every majority of the people rely upon the pharmaceutical industry, man.
Media.
Yeah.
It said, if so be, if the Most High was with it, you're set up and doing what you got to do for it to work. It's just the Most High ain't with it. That's the only reason why it's not going to work. The Most High is not with it.
Yep.
But if it was up to, if there was no Most High and you had all this set up, it would work.
Yep. It says, thou art.
No, sorry, my bad. It says, thou have accomplished a diligent search. It's not you're doing a diligent search, you have accomplished it. So you're prepared and ready and set to go into whatever's next. And if it wasn't for the Most High, it would go down. The Most High didn't want it. That's why it's not going to go down. You got it, huh?
It says, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. It shows you that the elites they stressing out because they seeing that the prophets are back out prophesying, and that's a sign, that's an indication that a kingdom is getting ready to fall.
Yeah.
Because they know these prophecies are true. They're shaking in their boots. They know doom is coming. Why are they preparing for doomsday? Why they got these bunkers ready? They're having all these different councils among themselves, man. What we gonna do? So what we gonna do, man? That's why read Revelation 12. The devil is coming down having great wrath because he know that he have but a short time.
Yeah.
That's why he's getting frustrated because he's having to have all these councils about how what he's gonna do to be able to continue to preserve his empire. You know? He's trying to preserve his empire, but everything is not looking too good for him.
All he got, he realized the only thing that he can do is the New World Order.
Yeah.
That's all he got. The Most High.
This is his last push to try to further his society. You know, but he ain't gonna be able to. Because the Most High don't want this society to continue. It says that the sins have reached up into heavens. The Most High is sick of this place, man. He's sick of seeing his the men that's